I'm Lexi, and my dad is Chef Darren McGrady, former chef to Princess Diana and the Queen. I've asked him to bring his team to my college and prepare a royal afternoon tea for my sorority.
Right then, off to college.
Winston? Winston? Come back with that leg of lamb.
Right then, prepare a royal afternoon tea party for 80 college girls at a sorority house at Oklahoma State University and teach them the history and etiquette of afternoon tea. Challenge accepted. At Eating Royally, my catering kitchen here in Dallas, Texas, afternoon teas are probably one of the most requested events where I go to people's homes or to big corporate events and share stories and anecdotes of afternoon tea with the royal family, what their favorite dishes are, preparing the royal chocolate cakes and the shortbreads, all the different sandwiches, and of course the scones that we used to serve at Buckingham Palace all the time. I'm going up to Oklahoma State University and we're going to prepare a royal tea party. You look lovely, Winston, you really do. But you'll get chased off campus wearing that. I said OSU, not OU. The most popular cake that we do on the Eating Royally Royal Afternoon Tea menu is the chocolate biscuit cake. It's the Queen's favorite, and it was a dish that we prepared all the time, and one that she would have again and again and again until it was all gone. For that recipe, you can Google Darren McGrady on the Oprah Winfrey Show. You can get the recipe and see how I make it too. The most popular sandwich are coronation chicken sandwiches. These are amazing, and the recipe goes back to 1953 when Constance Spry and Rosemary Hume at the Cordon Bleu Cookery School in London created this recipe to be served to 350 people at the coronation of Queen Elizabeth. Imagine for that many people. Look at the ingredients. Britain was still living under post-war food rations, and that made many of the ingredients hard to come by. Look at the ingredients in this. They're remarkable for the time. Many of them were only just becoming available while the majority of the country was still under these restrictions of the rationing. Chicken is, inexpensive today, but back then it was a luxury item, back in the 50s. And so we'd take some chicken breasts, and you can use poached chicken, you can use the whole chicken if you want to. I like to use just the chicken breast in this one. And if you really want to cheat and just make a shortcut, you can buy the ready-made store-cooked chickens. I won't tell anyone, minding your secret. So we have the chicken, and it's cooked, and it's diced, just little nice bite-sized pieces, and then it's mixed in a mild curry sauce. Now the Queen wasn't a big fan of spicy curries, but she did like this dish. It's not too strong, it's not too spicy, and all the combination of the fruits and the peppers and the onions and everything else in there really does make it a fantastic dish. We start off by adding some mayonnaise, so we're making our sauce first. So some mayonnaise into the bowl. Then we're going to put some curry powder, and we use curry powder. You can use curry paste if you want, but I like to use the powder. I like the flavor of that, and then we can just add more to taste if we want to. And then some mango chutney. This is going to give it a really nice sweetness, little mango flavor in there as well. If you can't get hold of it, I put a link in the description, but most stores have it these days. Then I've got to whisk all of these together, and I'm whisking them until that curry is all absorbed into the mayonnaise. I don't want it gritty. Next, a pinch of salt. You can add more later if you want to. And just keep whisking away until all that curry powder has dissolved into the mayonnaise. And then I'm going to add a splash of heavy cream, just to give it a little extra richness. Then I can put that to one side while I chop the other ingredients. I've got onions and bell peppers, and I want to chop them really nice and fine. There's nothing worse than a big chunk of red onion in your afternoon tea sandwich. So first one way. just chopping them into tiny pieces, brunoise we call them. The apricots. These must have been a real luxury back, you know, just post-war. If you don't like dried apricots in there, you can put some raisins in or any other sort of dried fruit. And finally, the chicken, bite-sized pieces. And now we can put it all together. You can make this dish ahead of time if you want to, a couple of days in fact. But if you do, don't add the pineapple till last minute because the pineapple just makes it really watery. So last minute, throw in the pineapple, give it a stir and serve. We're going to add first of all the bell peppers and then my onion, then the apricot, and just mix those in to begin with. It already smells amazing. Now I'm going to add the chicken. Now, if you're doing this in little sandwiches, little thin sandwiches, you can chop the chicken a lot smaller. If you're doing it for a salad, then just nice big bite-sized pieces. The thing about this dish is it's so versatile. You know, the traditional way of serving it, the way they served it in 1953 at the banquet, that was as a salad with rice, cold rice and peas. The great thing about it is you can prepare it ahead, and I think that's what they thought about when they had to serve this for 350 people. Nowadays, it's served in sandwiches, it's served on baked potatoes split open and a big spoon of the coronation chicken on the top. Oh, that's so good. So put that chicken in, mix all that in, and then finally the pineapple. Give it a good stir and then taste it. See if it needs more salt. Maybe a little. Oh, the sweetness of the mango chutney in there. Just incredible. And now it's ready to go into a salad, into a sandwich, or on baked potatoes. Let's put some sandwiches together, show you how we make them. The little brioche rolls, these beautiful brioche rolls. The perfect size, and we'll just cut them in half. And I'm going to put some lettuce leaves on the bottom, a little butter lettuce leaf, and then this gorgeous chicken on the top. And then the lid's on. Now, obviously, when we're doing afternoon tea and we've got 4 different types of sandwiches and 4 different types of pastries, we're not going to do them this size, but these are perfect for a lunch in the garden, by the pool. I mean, they just look absolutely delicious, and they've got spring and summer written all over them. You can see why these were so popular. June the 3rd, 1953. A few almonds, toasted almonds, around the plate, just for decoration. We don't want to put them inside the coronation chicken because they go all soggy. And a few sunflower microgreens around the sides. It just looks absolutely gorgeous, and that's the perfect lunch or brunch, afternoon tea if we made them a little bit smaller. Coronation chicken sandwiches in the brioche. How I used to make them at Buckingham Palace. We need to get going. You ready? We're going on the I-35. Come on, up to Oklahoma, to Stillwater, to OSU. I'm going to take one of these with me on the road. We've got to get up the 35 to Stillwater. Oh, so you got your chicken already. Right then, off to college. Lex's Sorority is Gamma Phi on the OSU campus. It's a brand new building and perfect for afternoon tea. I just hope the girls are going to like it. My Eating Royally team set the tables all pretty, and the girls made table decorations using blush coloured carnations, the colour and flower of the sorority, while the rest of my team were in the kitchen preparing afternoon tea. We served Earl Grey tea and then a selection of sandwiches, including the coronation chicken brioche buns. I shared the history of afternoon tea, how it all began with a hungry Duchess Anna, the 7th Duchess of Bedford, way back in 1840, long before these girls were born, and actually before I was too. Then I got to walk the room and find out what these young ladies thought to a British afternoon tea. There were so many questions. Does the milk go in first or last? Why do the teacup handles always face the person sitting down? Do we have to eat all the sandwiches before we get the pastries? I talked about making scones for the Queen. I made a whole video on that. Check it out if you haven't seen it yet. The chocolate biscuit cake that Prince William chose as his groom's cake when he got married. And that's the Queen's favourite one too. And the delightful lavender shortbread. The girls were really fascinated with British tea, especially the little quirks like how you get all of the tea off your spoon before putting it in the saucer. And I didn't see Winston all day. Perhaps someone found his OU football shirt. Quintessentially British, a delightful, relaxing afternoon, until I mentioned that under 3 of the chairs in the room was a card that the lucky winners were to get one of my merch hoodies. The one with Winston on. And then it got a little crazy. Not too crazy. Excited crazy. Gamma Fire ladies after all.
While I didn't get to keep Winston, I did manage to snag some merch, and now I have my very own Winston.
Hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't, then hit the subscribe button. Hit the like, give me a thumbs up, please leave a comment below. If you've had coronation chicken before, tell me where and how you make it at home too. See you again soon.